All right, guys, so I want to go over Jedi Survivor gameplay. There was a lot of gameplay that went out with some cool creators. Flexor Life had a really great video, so we're going to kind of dive in together and talk about it. I want to kind of watch this and dissect it with you guys live on the stream, so let's just get to it. Dang, that looks awesome. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at this here. What is this RB? Like over here in the right bottom corner. That's interesting. That's cool.
In this Star Wars Jedi Survivor hands-on gameplay impressions video, we'll go over the exploration, combat, mounts, and more, and how...
Oh, that was Coruscant. That was definitely Coruscant he just pulled into.
Exploration, combat, right, mounts, and more.
That's definitely Coruscant. Yeah, dude.
And how Star Wars Jedi Survivor...
Look at that huge, long...
isn't up...
Like team up right there.
Shape and form when
that
compared
long
to Jedi Fallen Order.
Lightsaber.
Thanks to EA and Respawn Entertainment, we had the opportunity...
You can fly on little bird guys! I don't know what kind of animal that's called, but that's what we're going to call it right now.
...to travel and participate in a hands-on preview for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which
that's pretty rad. Oh, dude, look at that enemy.
PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X
and
S
he just got...
April 28th.
Oh, he chopped... Whoa! He chopped his arm off.
Note that all the video coverage in this video is taken from a work-in-progress build and might not be a representative of the final
That's some clone era.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor picks up 5 years after the events of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and
that right there is a ship that we see a lot in Rebels.
Cal has
Star Wars Rebels.
And persevered, and he'll...
Okay, he has a crossguard. He's not a Jedi, but he has a crossguard lightsaber. That's interesting.
Continue to look for ways to rebel and survive and protect those he cares about.
Is it not coming to PC, just PS? No, it's coming to PC.
Against the Empire in
It's definitely coming to PC. And they also said that that all of this is going to be for the latest gen models. They're not going to have it for the older Xboxes and PlayStations. So if you have an older console, you're going to be out of luck.
Bleak circumstances. The Mantis crew has been separated for reasons unknown, so Cal will have a lot of work to do.
That was interesting.
And hopefully find his crew and reunite with that. Like the first game,
oh, look at the customization. Hold on a second. He's at it's called Dama's Outpost. Okay, he's at an outpost. He's like at a vendor. And look at the customization we already see him with hair and beards. There's beards. Okay, this is already winning because there's beards.
Stats of your character of any kind. However, cosmetic improvements have received a huge upgrade when compared to...
Dude, he's the Fu Manchu, man. PS5 and Xbox, but it's the newer models. It's not the old ones. It's also on PC. I know that for a fact.
Fallen Order. Rather than just getting new ponchos, there will be new different clothing like...
Dude.
Hats and bandanas.
Look at that.
And you'll even be able to change Cal's facial features from...
Oh, okay. You know who this looks like right here? This looks like Cal Kestis, but Thaddeus Prime in his youth. That's what it looks like, my bro, Thaddeus Prime. Dude, that looks legit.
A goatee, or
dang,
you want to give Cal a mullet or a buzz cut with a mustache. For the lightsabers alone.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Blade component material. And then they have the colors down on the bottom.
And there are many different blades, components, materials, and colors to choose from that make Cal quite...
Okay, that's much better. You can actually look and see what it will look like on your saber before you put it on. And Jedi Fallen Order, it wasn't... The customization was not this good.
Explore and find cosmetic items on each planet, or you can trade them into Doma, the de facto mayor who sells cosmetics that the player can purchase with priorite shards. You can find these shards by exploring.
From what I've seen from one of my friends on TikTok, Darth Chaco, he's talking about like there's a main hub that you can go back to quite a bit, and it's kind of semi-open world-ish, but this main hub is going to go there. You can explore, do missions. You also can go there for like items and things that you can use to upgrade your looks or your saber.
In the intro cinematic, the Mantis crashes and lands on Kobo, a huge planet that Cal will go back to often, as you won't be able to access all the areas on the map until you acquire certain abilities. Kobo is actually more of a home.
So there it is again. That's one thing. They say you can't get to certain places until you have all of your abilities. So it makes me think that like probably like the grapple hook and some other larger force powers or some things that we're going to see in this game that you're going to need to get into some locations.
Home base for the player, and this is especially due to a town inside Kobo called Rambler's Reach. Inside the town, you'll find shops, NPCs, and even a bar where you'll find new NPCs.
That's legit. Look at that. You see that, guys? This is like a fish tank right here. A fish tank.
NPCs that show up there every now and then. This kind of reminded me of the Soul series, where you could revisit Firelink Shrine or the Central Hub with new dialogues and rewards after completing certain tasks or just simply progressing throughout.
So this looks like an NPC that's just in the game you can go and get tasks for. I guess they'll level up throughout the game. So it's going to be semi-open world.
There's even a new rumor system in the game where you can talk to NPCs, which is more narrative focused and will help guide you along the way to places you should visit. Lastly, you can also recruit residents who can help improve Rambler's Reach by adding new shops, and you gain more rewards in the process. As you meet...
Hold on. I missed that. That went really fast.
Rewards in the process.
You can get rewards. Okay. That is kind of cool. These are like songs, I guess, you can get.
As you meet these NPCs throughout
I love those droids.
the planet, some will give you side quests, which really stand out in comparison to Jedi Fallen Order, where there were literally no side quests in the game. Touching briefly on the side quests, you'll be rewarded with either a cosmetic, skill points, perks, more story, recruiting people to improve Rambler's outpost, etc.
That's like a force fracture
What's
or
more
something.
is that new shops will open up as you progress throughout the game, so you'll want to come back to Rambler's Reach often. Jedi chamber rooms are a welcome addition to...
Okay, this looks really cool. I did see this, the chamber rooms. So I believe it is on this video. They actually talk about it's a lot like Zelda, where you can go in, solve puzzles, and get additional powers.
Each planet. Basically, they're like shrines in Breath of the Wild. Each chamber room is basically a puzzle that you need to solve, and when you do, you're rewarded with a perk, and there are many to acquire throughout the game. You'll need to
perk. Okay, so it's not an ability; it's like a perk. Okay.
Use the Force and think carefully in order to solve each puzzle. I can see players spending a lot of time finding.
So that's good. So if there's some people that are kind of turned off by the puzzle mechanics, or they can't solve some of the puzzles, it's a perk system rather than like getting abilities.
Every chamber room, and then taking even more time to make your way through each one of them. Force tears will put your agility and hand-eye coordination skills to the test.
Force tears.
I found a force tear that was hidden in a cave. As soon as I
Dude,
entered the tear,
this game
a
is gonna
timer
be
started
awesome.
and I was off
Oh, dude, so you get challenges in some of these too.
to the races.
Okay.
I had to jump from one platform to another. There were two catches, though. Some of the platforms were crumbling as soon as you jumped on them, but the even bigger catch was that there was a massive laser wall that comes your way, and if you run or jump into it, you have to start the tear over again. Furthermore, every time you jumped, the laser wall would switch over to the other side, so you had to be careful with the timing of your jumps. At first, I thought the timer was important.
Well, this looks
but it
good
really
that at
only
least you're going to
served
retain all your
as a competitive way
powers,
to
so you
my
don't have
fastest
to worry
time.
about like
Once I completed the challenge,
re-upping your
I was awarded a
powers
skill
again.
point. When I spoke to the developers, they made it very clear that Jedi Survivor is vastly larger than Jedi Fallen Order.
Vastly larger. Okay.
This is due to the fact that developers can solely focus on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. This is huge considering that load times will be much faster, as well as the game getting a graphical.
See, that's what I was talking about Servant earlier, is that they're going to be
upgrade
on the
with more
newer
detail,
stuff,
more enemies, bigger planets,
the newer
etc.
consoles.
The first game had 7 planets, but only 5 of them could be fully explored. While I'm unsure of how many planets there are in the sequel, there are at least 7 of them, and there are many places
7
to explore,
planets?
more rewards,
Holy
new
crap.
challenges, and a lot more. They did not give me an estimated amount of hours it will take to complete the game, but I think it's safe to say that you'll at least double the amount of time that you put into Fallen Order. It's also important to note that the developers made it clear that Jedi Survivor is not an open world game, but rather I was told that each planet is better defined as an open area.
Oh,
You'll
dude,
be able to
he
go
like
off the beaten path, and you will typically be rewarded for doing so.
took that whole thing down.
So you may be better off treating Jedi Survivor as an open world game, even if it is technically an open area game. I really don't see this as a problem, especially because they made it much easier to navigate and make your way throughout each planet. Although you'll still be jumping around a lot, doing plenty of wall running and climbing, you will also...
Whoa, wait, Servant. You're teasing me, right? I don't think the PC is delayed to November. I just heard the game releases April 28th. I don't think the PC version is delayed.
also have the grappling hook, aka Ascension Cable, which certainly does make it easier at times. However, there are designated locations where you
missed
can
that
use it,
grapple
and
you
you
could've
will be
used.
notified on screen when you are within reach. This will help immensely, and also open up more possibilities of
Wow.
exploration in the game, which also adds additional challenges when you're in the chamber rooms. The map additions have also improved greatly. While exploring, I was able to use the new BD visor,
Oh, that's cool.
which then enabled me to use the BD binoculars, where you can place specific beacons to keep track of everything you're doing and where you want to go. The improved interactive holomap UI will also help you find places that you didn't know you were able to explore, and it makes it much easier to make your way through the planets, which was not the case in the first game. Mounted Creatures is a new addition to the Star Wars Jedi series, and it's a huge one.
I think that's got to be a
placeholder. Able to travel
placeholder.
faster with a creature like Neko, the
No,
bipedal
it says
creature that Cal tames
April
to ride
28th on
around the
PC.
environment. Then there's Belter, a flyer that Cal can tame to soar through the sky.
Okay, Beltor is what that's called?
You can also
Okay.
jump with certain creatures to get to higher heights in the game.
This is cool.
And you can even do mounted combat. In short, this edition alone is a game changer. And finally, for traveling improvements, you can now fast travel, which is available by traveling to mediation points in the game. A very big win for Respawn. When it comes to
Whoa. They went through that fast. Hold on.
changer. And finally, for traveling improvements, you can now fast travel, which is available by traveling to mediation.
Meditation? Is that what he meant to say? Not mediation? He's like me. He reads half of his chat and stream. Meditation points. Interactive meditation points to save the game, access several other options. Resting will restore his health, force, as well as respawn all the enemies. And the skill tree. So that's just like Jedi Fallen Order. Okay.
When it comes to
Stances, training, skills, reset. Okay, that's cool. Void training is now available. What is that? Okay.
combat, the good news is that you will not
Okay, you get a single and a double blade, and you can change your stance in the double blade.
have to start from scratch with Cal.
Oh! Yes. We get the dual wield sabers like freaking Ahsoka or like Darth Revan, dude. That is going to be me because look at how high the speed is on that. It's like all the way up.
As he will start with the 3 stances.
Dude, I'm going to
from
do
the
that one
first
for
game,
sure.
including dual sabers that Cal used
Oh, that animation was sick.
at the end, but he didn't really have it as a stance. Regardless, this addresses a concern brought up by many fans who did not want to learn everything all over again. Of course, I decided to use dual sabers most of the way through the demo, especially when facing enemies one-on-one. Using dual sabers is a very aggressive playstyle that may make you vulnerable at times if you're having a difficult time blocking and parrying attacks. There is a high skill ceiling though, so you can dominate more as you hone your craft and focus on the dual saber skill tree.
Oh, I love
The
that
other 2
ability.
stances that I did not have a chance to use were Crossguard, a powerful, deliberate stance that allows you to deal massive damage at the cost of long windup times, and Blaster, a stance that allows Cal to deal with long-range foes by using the blaster.
Nice dodge.
As for your Force abilities, you'll start with Push, Pull, Slow,
nice.
and Force Confusion. For Push, you'll now be able to push enemies off precarious ledges, which is really a delight in and of
Pull his
itself.
shield off.
Slow is a force
There you
power that
go.
Cal can use to slow down enemies around him,
And
which
then
is great when fighting a toast of
throw-
enemies or a really
That's
tough
gonna be
boss or
awesome.
opponent. Force Confusion adds a whole new element
Okay, force confusion, temporary confusion in the enemy and fighting their
to the
allies.
game
All
where you
right.
can turn enemies against
Dude,
each
this
other.
is a lot like Force Unleashed, where you could do all these abilities.
This comes in really handy when you confuse big creatures who can take out anyone
Oh yeah,
in
he
the
just
path.
took out those guys big time.
There are
Oh,
also plenty
dodge,
of interesting
bro.
enemies in this game. Among them are the new humanoids like Zeke, the Bedlam Raider boss that you fight right before entering
Raiders.
the cantina. For the droids,
Raiders
you have
look cool.
B1 and B2, the BX droid Commando, who if I'm not
Yeah, the
mistaken can
B1s.
also do jump attacks off walls. And then
From
there's
Clone
also
Wars.
the scavenger droid, which if you chase down and slay it before it gets away, will also give you
Okay, that's cool. They got a droid, a scavenger droid. If you kill it, you get extra loot, which is a lot like Diablo.
rewards. As for new creatures, Mogu really stood out to me. He looks like a big gorilla who just loves to slam you into the ground. However, press the X button fast enough before he slams you, and you'll cut his arm right off. Dismemberment in
Dang!
the
That right there is a nice little Easter egg for Empire Strikes Back.
game is also a new feature added that certainly adds more depth to combat and is just awesome.
Dude, I love the dual
Mogu
sabers.
also likes to throw scout troopers at you. so
What? Did you see that? He put that to one saber, made it even longer, and then stabbed him in the freaking
I then had a blast
chest.
facing a boss earlier on in the demo.
Oh, a
the
Ranker?
The big troll-like boss you might remember from movies ate me up, spat me out, ran me over, and knocked me down with his AoE attacks. I started the demo on the Jedi Master difficulty, so taking Ranker down was no easy task. In
Oh, yeah,
fact,
he's almost
I never
dead.
beat him. He sometimes took me down in one single hit. I even had one of the developers tap my shoulder and encourage me to maybe take the difficulty down a notch so that I could finish the demo in time. I later discovered that no one had beaten Ranker on the Jedi Master difficulty. I was only a couple of blows away at one point, but then I decided to move on and take the developer's advice. By the time everyone reached...
Oh, that's sweet. Did you see that right there? Hold on. Go back to this. Survival, lightsaber, and force. So very similar to the other meditations that you could do.
By the time everyone reached the end of the demo, we were given a
single, double-bladed, dual wheel.
special presentation.
So you're going to have each individual things that you can do with each of those. That's freaking rad, dude.
Of all the stances and abilities that Cal will have by the end of the game.
And there's 2 others that are...
And let me tell you...
Dang, they got 2 others that are not even showing.
Was impressed. It seems very clear that once you master your abilities, you'll be able to dominate...
Okay, that was cool. Instead of pulling his saber out, he force pulled it to his hand.
And take out many enemies with ease. I was also told by the devs that while you can go back and forth between 2 stances throughout the game, you can also decide to only focus on one stance, upgrade all of its skills, and finish the game that way if you'd like. So, those looking forward to Jedi Survivor should rest easy.
Dang, dude.
Though I do still have a couple of gripes, including the fact that gear is only cosmetic and doesn't provide any stat value to the player.
See, that's not a big deal for me. I don't care about gear providing stat values because I don't want to get into micromanaging your stat values and things like that. Like, just give me certain abilities and let me learn those abilities and have those abilities. I don't want to play like a super in-depth RPG. Like, I want the light, like RPG light, basically, is what I'm wanting. And like open world exploration, that is the things that are going to pull me into Star Wars. I don't want to get stuck by like trying to micromanage how I can get the best outputs on my lightsaber damage and things like that.
Making exploration not as interesting, and the fact that you can only use the grappling hook in certain places instead of at will, the game is shaping up to be something solid. Respawn
yeah, exactly, Servant. Just give me gear that makes me like look cool. I like playing dress up.
Some of the annoyances in Fallen Order. In short, Jedi Survivor is bigger, better,
dude,
darker,
this game is
and
freaking,
far more
looks
rewarding
freaking
than its
sick.
predecessor. Come April 28th, I know what I'll be doing, and hopefully I'll be having a blast doing it. So what are your guys' thoughts on Jedi Survivor after seeing more gameplay of it? Are you guys excited for it? Did you like Fallen Order? I thought Fallen Order was a step in the right direction for the Star Wars franchise after many disappointing games, and I think Survivor
this game looks awesome, guys.
Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Oh, sweet. Did you see that? All right, guys. Flex for Life, thanks for that video. That's what we used to watch to see the game. That looks sick, man. That looks...